Ben Stevenson had built a really wonderful Nutcracker here. So for me, it was very important to make this new Nutcracker evolve from that one. I wanted to take all that humor and that tenderness and storytelling that Ben had and made such a tradition here for many years, and use that as my inspiration and building blocks for the new Nutcracker.
The company's grown, it's more dancers. It is quite the spectacle. Like, it has that wow effect, both sets and costumes and the performance of the artists. We were working probably 12 months in advance, working in little bits here. It was a more spread out creation. The way it's divided with the different divertissements, he could sort of take small groups and create it on them.
Stanton has a pattern of character development that he gravitates towards, and he likes to see an arc, and he likes to allow a character to sort of go through some sort of change or transformation on stage. So this Clara has a bit more of that. It's her story and it progresses, which is really neat. I think that she's like full of life and enjoyment and is just trying to like soak in everything. She's very enthusiastic, and I think that she also is very imaginative. There's definitely a connection between Drosselmeyer. It's their like ability to be imaginative. For some reason, Drosselmeyer like sees that in her. It's always great to work with kids. I really think that when we get to do productions where there are kids on stage, the energy that they bring, it's genuine excitement.
In the old Nutcracker, really, we only had sort of 3 levels of kids that were in the show. The idea of the new Nutcracker is to create roles for every level of the school, all 8 levels and the semi-professional level, and really have them participate in every element of the ballet.
We have over 300 students involved, almost triple what we've ever had in the past, which is amazing. Every single student had to come in for an audition. He has a way of explaining things that they understand. I can see that he enjoys it too.
It's great to watch the kids' personalities come out. Even if they're shy, then they can kind of use that as their character, and then it becomes unique to them. Or if they're a big character and they're ham it up. The production sort of allows their individual personalities to shine, which is great.
Even though it's actually a short ballet and it feels like it moves very quickly, you have hundreds and hundreds of roles and hundreds of casts. To enable that, we have to have the costumes, we have to have the scenic support, we have to have the chaperones. It's amazing all the extra things that go into Nutcracker.
For the wardrobe, it's a massive undertaking, and you start seeing all the things that you've looked at and worked on for months in one dimension becoming 3-dimensional, and that's very exciting.
You have 143 designs in the show. There are 282 characters on stage in one show. There's 45 mortals. Those are people that look like recognizable, everyday people. And then the rest of them are all fantasy characters, and that includes rats and lambs, and just the list goes on and on and on. So it's an amazing, eclectic mix of fantasy with the stability of the mortals there in the beginning and at the end.
The prince jacket kind of keeps that military detail within the jacket with the epaulets and the different buttons down here on the front. So it's a little bit more theme carried to the production, I think, in this one. There's a doll, the Sugar Plum doll, and then you meet the Sugar Plum and she's in that sort of dress, and then she changes and she's in that sort of dress but into a tutu. So, you know, there's all these little threads throughout the show, both how Drosselmeyer tells the story within the first act with all the ambassador dolls and things like that, but also how the costumes sort of change and the characters have these threads. We use projections a lot in this production, which have really affected set design because you can take sets and do more with them. So I think the projections are just incredible. There's probably more projections than people even notice when they're watching the show. It kind of helps create this life amongst the set. The whole stage is living. A lot of people don't know this about the company. I mean, even in all of our shows, not just the Nutcracker, we're always putting on multiple casts. So you come different nights, you're likely to see different dancers in different ballets. This is more true than ever in the Nutcracker, where we have 30 plus performances. Because there's so many talented dancers in the company, people have different skill sets, they can shine in different parts as well. Watching young dancers trying new roles and watching my peers succeed and try new things. There's this tradition and this sense of the dancers try and rise to each occasion, and getting to watch them express themselves and show people what they're capable of, I think is really important.
Well, the Nutcracker is probably one of the greatest ways of introducing someone to ballet. I think the great thing about it is you can bring any child from any age. It's a family event. So you bring the little kid and he sees or she sees ballet and the wonder and the spectacle of the stage. I think hopefully it's a great gateway to becoming a ballet lover. It's really a Houston community feeling ballet. It's about us here. It'll never travel. It's going to only stay here in this theatre. So we'd really love for the community and everyone to be involved, to be committed into this spectacle that will hopefully be a tradition here in Houston for the next 30, 40 years.